cash on me, like I hit the lottery. Hoes a trip, watch on how they follow me.
Nacho cheese, Doritos, Locos Tacos. Start with the iceberg lettuce and slice it up and set that to the side. For the ground beef, get the most fat content you can find because it tastes better. We didn't get the Flavor Guide Taco Tuesday seasoning. Shout out to them. They gave me hella seasonings. Go ahead, mix it up. Put in like 2 tablespoons or so. Tablespoon and a half. However much you feel like. And now to replicate the Dorito dust, we're going to get cheese seasoning and nacho cheese seasoning from Flavor Guide. Go 1 tablespoon each and mix it up. And you're going to coat the shells with a little bit of oil. Use a brush if you have one. I don't have one. I only did 2 because it's a process if you don't have a brush. And then just dust on the dust on there. And then put it into the oven at 370 for about 30 minutes just to toast it up and let that Dorito dust get sticky to it. Onto the pan goes oil, the ground beef. Keep chopping it up. Cook it until it's almost done. Once you see a little bit of pink there, just take it off and it'll finish cooking on itself. Go ahead, put the meat in, the lettuce, the cheese, and then you got Doritos, Locos, Tacos, nacho cheese, baby. But I'm just saying Cool Ranch is better. Yes. Asian Zing wings. Start by putting all your wings into a bowl and season it lightly with salt and pepper. Check out this pepper shaker though. You just press a button and it spins for you. Now mix it up and then into a wok or pan, whatever. Fill it with like 1.5 inches of oil. We're gonna bring that up to heat. Mince up some garlic and ginger. Into a pan goes honey, rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, cornstarch, minced garlic and ginger, a little bit of chili flakes and a little bit of sriracha. A little bit of half a lemon. Put that onto the heat and keep it mixing until it gets thick. Check the heat on the oil with the chopstick. In goes the wings. Fry those for about 15 minutes each side, 18 minutes, whatever. Take them out. Once the sauce is done and the wings are done, toss the wings in the sauce. And you got Asian Zing wings. Yes! Sesame chicken. We're going to start with 2 chicken thighs. These chicken thighs are fat, bruh. And then you're going to cut them into little bite-sized pieces and trim it up just a little bit. And then you're going to put it into a bowl. Into that bowl goes a whole egg, about 1/2 cup of cornstarch, and season with salt and pepper. You can leave out the yolk if you want, but to be less eggy, but I just left it in. Mince up about 1 tablespoon of garlic, and then into a wok or pan or whatever, you're going to put a little bit of oil. We're going to shallow fry it about 1 inch. Bring it up to heat. Check with the chopstick. If it bubbles around, then it's ready. In goes the chicken. You're going to fry it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Just keep mixing it up, and then out they go. Then using the oil that you used to fry, you can dump most of it out, leave a little bit left. Add the garlic, a teaspoon of chili flakes, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a little bit of water, a little bit of rice wine vinegar, a little bit of sesame seeds, a little bit of sesame oil, and a little bit of cornstarch mixed with water. And that's going to thicken up the sauce. And then add back the chicken and mix it up. Finish with sesame seeds and yes! Japanese fried chicken or chicken karage. Start that chicken thigh, you already know what's going on. Cut up into little slices. You want it to be like strips. That's how they look when you get at a restaurant. Throw into a bowl. Then into that bowl, this is going to be the marinade. Minced garlic, ginger, soy sauce, and rice wine vinegar. Mix it up and let that sit. However much time you got is perfect. Then into a bowl goes a bunch of cornstarch. This is going to be the coating for the chicken. And this is the difference in Japanese fried chicken or karage. That's why it's so much crispier, because it's only cornstarch. And when you set the chicken aside, you're going to want to avoid stacking like me. Make 1 layer. And as always, I made a mess. And into your wok, pan, or whatever you have, do like 1.5 inches of oil, maybe 1 inch. We're going to shallow fry these or whatever. And once it comes up to heat, check with the chopstick. If it bubbles around, it's ready. And they're done after about 5 to 7 minutes or when they're golden brown. Take them out. I had to do 2 batches. Place it onto a paper towel lined plate. Finish it with lemon. But could we appreciate this lighting real quick? God damn. Yes, Homemade pancakes. You're going to start by into a bowl goes 1 cup of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, and a little pinch of salt. Go ahead and mix that up and set that to the side. Get another bowl. Into that bowl goes 1 cup of milk and then 1 egg. Whip that up and then get that all mixed up. 1.5 tablespoons of melted butter into there, and then that goes straight into the dry mix. And you're gonna mix that up real slow until it's nice to come together like that. And then you're gonna go over to the pan, heat it up, add a little bit of butter on there, let it get melted. And you're gonna use whatever you want to scoop it out. I use the cup, measuring cup, and you're just gonna pour it out onto there. Look how thick that is, nice and thick. Just pour it on there, and you know they're ready once it gets a little bubbly on the top. And you're gonna give them a nice flip, and they're done. You got pancakes. Yes. McDonald's make chicken, bro. I live off of these fucking things, bro. I can eat them every fucking day. I fucking love them. So go ahead and get the ground chicken into the bowl, season with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika, and then go ahead and form the patties. You want to keep your hands nice and wet so the shit doesn't stick to you. It is kind of nasty in there, But you just gotta do what you do. Go ahead and get some the head of lettuce, and just slice it up, and then go there and then slice it across that so you get little pieces. And then we're gonna get 2 separate bowls for the coloring process. One's gonna be the dry mix or the dredge, which is flour, cornstarch, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And one will be the egg wash, 1 egg, salt, and then whisk it. Once the patties are nice and dry, take them out the freezer for like an hour and a half. You're gonna coat these going dredge, egg wash, dredge. Then you're gonna go over to some frying oil in the pan, and once it's hot enough, check with a chopstick, and then fry them for like 4 to 5 minutes each side, 3 to 4, 5 minutes each side. And then you're gonna go ahead, go on with that beautiful patty, mayonnaise, and lettuce. Hey, and let me know if you've ever made them a gangbang. McDonald's McNuggets. Start with that chicken breast. Go ahead and cut it up into little cubes, and we're gonna blend it in batches, and we're gonna pulse it. You could use a grinder if you have one, but I don't have one. I'm guessing a lot of you don't have one. You could use a blender, works just as good. Season the meat with a bunch of salt and pepper, and then the key to shaping your nuggets is to keep your hands wet so it doesn't stick to you. So you feel me? We made a few McDonald's shapes, and we went off with some dinosaurs, made a country, and look at that. I don't know what that is. Throw it into the freezer for like 2 hours. For the dry mix, we're gonna go flour, cornstarch, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Mix it up. For the wet batter, we're gonna go eggs, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and whip that up. Then once your nuggets are hard, we're gonna go dry, wet, and then leave on there. And then once you do that, you're gonna heat up some oil. Once it bubbles around the stick, the wood, the chopstick, throw them into the oil. Make sure they don't stick to each other. Fry them for about 2 minutes each side. Take them out, and you got chicken McNuggets. Yes, bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. BLT. Start with iceberg lettuce, slice it up, and get heirloom tomatoes. It looks ugly, but bro, these are so good. It tastes like steak. I kid you not. I freaking bring one home from Whole Foods because I work there just to have my family try it, bro. It's hella good. Now get thick cut bacon, fried up, crispy both sides. I was going to do more. You should probably do more, but I can only fit 4 on this small ass pan, so that's just what I did. I didn't want to do another batch. Onto sourdough bread, 2 pieces, butter, both sides. Go ahead and put it on there, toast it up. Now we're going to spice it up with a little spicy mayonnaise and some hot sauce. I used some Louisiana. I wanted to use Tabasco, but it was going to be $10 for a fucking bottle of Tabasco at the store. And then put the lettuce, the heirlooms. Heirlooms is key. Some more hot sauce. The bacon laid on there nice and neat. And honestly, just top it. And honestly, I never eat BLTs, but this shit was fire. Yes, cacio e pepe, which means cheese and pepper. This is cheese and pepper pasta. So start with the water, boil it, and then get your pasta. I got linguine on accident. I was supposed to get spaghetti. And then get about a 3's worth, or like a 3-pointer, you know what I'm saying? Like the little hole filled up, or just half the package, and that's 8 ounces. Forgot to record putting it in, but there it is. And this pepper, got some fresh ground pepper. I don't have any. That thing was $7, bro. Oh my gosh. And you gotta toast it and then put the butter in. Mix it up, let the butter melt, incorporate that. It's gonna smell hella good. Mix some garlic, and once the pasta's al dente, set it to the side. Add the garlic and chili flakes to the pan, and then just mix it up. You're not supposed to add that, but I wanted to for more flavor. You could leave it out to be traditional. Add the pasta and a cup of the pasta water, and then in goes 1/4 cup of Parmesan, 1/4 cup of pecorino. Go ahead and whip that up and finish it with a little bit of cheese and pecorino, and you got cacio e pepe. Yes, easy chili recipe. Start with the ground beef, most fat, most flavor, you know what I'm saying? Season it up with some salt, pepper, mix it up, go over with the onion, rough dice, not too fine, just rough. And then check that your broom works. If not, then something's wrong. Go get a new fucking broom. Go to the pan, add in some oil, bring it up to heat, not eat. Throw in the onions. I forgot the garlic. Mince up the garlic. Throw the garlic in. Mix that up, and then medium high, add a tablespoon of Mexican seasoning, taco seasoning. Then in goes the beef, and then you want to beat your meat until it's nice and ground up. Beat. Bring up the heat until high now, and you just want to cook it through. When it's already almost done, you want to add in a 16-ounce can, kidney beans, 16-ounce, crushed tomatoes, 1 cup of chicken stock, tablespoon of chili flakes, and you just want to mix that up, bro. Like, if you have not made any of these, like, this is the easiest fucking one. This takes no skill at all. Mix it up, simmer it until it gets thick. Once you get drawn it, you good. Yes, it's McDonald's french fries. Start by getting ready a bowl of water and add a little bit of sugar to it. Mix it up. Then take the rest of potatoes, 3 of them. Go ahead and cut them into slices, and then you can go ahead and cut them into slices again. You want them to be like 1/4 of an inch, just like this, nice and small, just like McDonald's. And then put them into the sugar water and place them into the fridge for like 30 minutes. Put the oil into the pan after 30 minutes. Take out the fries, drain them, and then you want to dry them real well on a towel. Don't use paper towels because that's a waste of paper towels. It's a waste of money. Just use a regular ass towel. And then once they're dry, place them into a little Pyrex. And then check that the oil is hot enough using a chopstick. And we're going to flash fry them for like 60 seconds. We're going to go ahead 60 seconds, flatten them out on the Pyrex, put them into the fridge for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, take them out. And then you're going to refry them for like 4 to 5 minutes until they're golden brown. Lightly golden brown, however much you want them. And then go ahead and place them into a big bowl. And this whole process is just because it's how McDonald's does it. Go ahead and sauce them up right away, give them a nice toss, and you got McDonald's fries. Yes, buffalo wings. If I see anyone go to B-Dubs, whatever, with sell wings, you a fucking clown. All these wings right here only costed $10. If you went to B-Dubs or something, that shit would cost like $25-$30. Season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then get the oil ready. You're gonna want a lot because we're gonna deep fry these. Then into a pan, you're gonna put about half a cup of Frank's Red Hot and about 3 tablespoons of butter. You're gonna let that all come together, and that's gonna make the buffalo sauce. Then you want the oil to be really hot. You want to see a lot of bubbles around the chopstick. Throw in the wings. You want to do like batches. You know, you don't want to overcrowd. And make sure you wear a shirt when you're frying anything because the oil will be attacking you like crazy. You don't want to get that burnness. So take some carrots and go ahead and chop them up into little sticks, matches, whatever you want to do. And then take out the wings after about 15 minutes. You want to flip them halfway through. Take them out, put them into a bowl. Put on the buffalo sauce after the butter is all melted. And you got to do this right away. Give them a nice toss. Serve with ranch and carrots. And you got buffalo wings. Yes, General Tso's chicken. Start with the chicken thighs. You already know. Debone them, deskin them. I wanted bigger pieces, so I cut them into a little bit bigger than usual. You could do smaller if you want. Put that into a Pyrex. Goes the egg, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, flour, salt, pepper, and a little bit of soy sauce. Mix that up, and then my whole camera shit fell, so I cut it with one hand. That was pretty lit. Mix it up till it looks like that. Into another bowl for the sauce, go 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, sugar, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1/4 cup of water, and a tablespoon of cornstarch. Mix that up, and then goes mince a tablespoon of garlic and ginger. Into the pan goes oil like an inch. Once it's ready, check with a chopstick. If it bubbles, is good. Put the chicken in, 5 to 8 minutes. You already know. Toast the chilies in another pan. You're supposed to use full chilies, but if not, just use the chili flakes like I did. Put the oil in, garlic and ginger. Saute that, or not saute it. Cook it down, whatever. Add the sauce and then the chicken. Once it's done, get a little tossy toss, you know what I'm saying? And then you got it. Yes! ChickfilA chicken sandwich. We're going to start with the breasts. Cut them in half so they're flat. Put them into a bag covered in pickle juice. We're going to use a bag because it costs less pickle juice. To make your own buttermilk, put 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of vinegar and mix it up, put it in the fridge. What mix? 2 eggs, 1 cup buttermilk, whip. Dry mix cornstarch, flour, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, a little bit of egg mixture, and move that up. Chick-fil-A sauce, mayonnaise, honey, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, barbecue sauce, mustard. Hella easy. Mix it up. It doesn't look exactly like it, but it tastes just like it. For cutting the chicken, start by putting them onto the egg mixture and bringing the oil up to heat. To finish the cutting, you're going to pack in the dry mix around the chicken breasts and do that for all of them. And check that the oil is hot enough with a chopstick. Then lay in the chicken breasts away from you and cook these for about 4 minutes each side. Take them out, golden brown. Pickles, slice them long ways because they fit better on the bun. Now for building it, toasted bun, pickles, a bunch, the chicken, and top it. Serve it with a side of Chick-fil-A sauce, and that's Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Yes, we making oyakadon. Start with that chicken thigh, pat it dry. Go ahead and cut it up into little bite-sized pieces. Get a whole white onion, slice it up, and then into a bowl goes a whole egg. Whisk it up lightly, not too much. Then into a pan goes half a cup of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, and bring that up to a simmer. Then once it reaches a simmer, go ahead and throw in all of the sliced onions and break it up. And then once that comes back up to a simmer, throw in all the chicken pieces. Give them space. We're going to go ahead and simmer that. Keep that on there for like 5 to 6 minutes. Then once they're halfway done, which is after about like 3 minutes, you can go ahead and flip them over. And then we're going to go over to the home garden and get some green onions. And then we're going to slice it up and then pour the egg over the chicken. And it's going to cook for like 3 minutes. We're going to need to keep it on low heat. And then we're going to take it off and let it sit for 1 minute. We're going to finish it with a little bit of green onion. And as you can see, it moves around within the pan, which is going to be perfect to pour right over the rice. But my rice wasn't ready because I always forget to make rice. Yes! Banana pancakes. Start with 2 bananas and slice them up and put them into a bowl and mash it up until it's nice and smooth in consistency. Go ahead and mix it up. Add 2 eggs in there, mix that up, whip it up, and then add 1 tablespoon of baking powder and a 1/4 cup of flour and mix that up again until it looks like that. Now, some people add sugar to this mix, but I don't want to because bananas are already sweet to me. Go ahead and bring up to heat your pan. Add a little bit of butter to there. Let it mix it all around. And then we're going to use a 1/4 cup to scoop out the pancakes and just shomp on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. And you're going to know they're done when you got a little bit of bubbly on the top. Go ahead and make sure they don't stick next to each other. And look, this thing works heck good. I was messing around and almost made one big ass pancake. Flip it and then, just look at how good they look. Got a nice little stack. Dress it however you want. Yes, Now check this flip, bruh. Yes, Homemade chili cheese hot dogs. For the doggers, we're going 3/4 ground beef and 1/4 ground pork. 1 tablespoon of salt, 1/2 tablespoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon all of paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and 1/4 cup ice cold water. Mix that up real well. Cover it into the fridge for 2 hours. Take it out, uncover it. You're gonna take your easy kebab maker. You're gonna go ahead and fill up the top part with your little wiener mix, and then you're gonna put the kebab stick in there. You're just gonna press down. You're gonna get little wieners just like this. Make 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many M's in your bank account you want. Once you're done making those little wieners, little kebab wieners, I'm going to use them to make hot dogs. You're going to put a little bit of oil on the pan, heat it up, and put the kebabs on it. Cut for like 2.5 minutes each side, and there's 4 sides on them. You want to get nice and seared. You could grill them if you want. I don't have a grill, so that's what's happening. We're going to go ahead and take another pan, toast up the buns, the hot dog buns, take out the wieners. You're going to put the wieners into the buns that are toasted. Put it like that or like that, and then take the leftover chili from yesterday. It's perfect transition. Chili cheese hot dogs. Put the cheddar cheese on top, and you're gonna put it into the broiler and let that get on. You got chili cheese hot dogs. Yes,